Hi, it's Rich Tehrani. I'm in the TMC newsroom on location today at the Telex CBX 2009 event in Manhattan, and we're speaking today with Louis Fiallo, who is with China Telecom Americas. How are you?
I'm doing well, Rich. Thank you.
Thanks for being on our program today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about what your company's doing here in the Americas?
Certainly. China Telecom Americas is the largest international subsidiary of China Telecom Corporation. We've been operating in the U.S. since 2002. We are a broadband provider providing international connectivity between the Americas back to China and Asia and the rest of Asia. We serve both carrier customers as well as enterprise customers. Our headquarters in Herndon, Virginia, and we've been growing our business successfully since 2002, and we continue to expand our business and our network around the Americas.
That's great. So you're North and South America then?
Yeah, we just made an announcement last year. We're moving into Brazil later this year. That'll going to be our initial beachhead into Latin America, and the plan is to continue to expand across the rest of Latin America as well.
Great. So you've got fiber, that undersea fiber that's going to Brazil, or you're going down through the NAP from New York?
We currently are in the NAP. We're in the process of organizing our company inside of Brazil. And we were going to bring in, we're going to have some capacity that our parent company has, plus additional capacity from one of our partners to interconnect the NAP to our Sao Paulo POPs that we're going to be putting in place.
So what's happening with Chinese bandwidth usage and just the market in general?
Yeah. Well, obviously China is still the largest market as far as internet users in the world. The Chinese consumer loves content. They love video, they love games, which puts a lot of strain and demand on the capacity. At the same time, you also see enterprises coming from the Americas building global infrastructure and actually very, very robust infrastructure inside of mainland China. So what we're seeing is a tremendous growth in the capacity demands. So we've introduced a new cable system called TPE just recently that has, along with other consortium members, that gives us 5.12 terabits of capacity. So from us, we're starting to continue to make a lot of investments. We do believe that the international traffic flows between the two countries are going to continue to grow as they've shown us up until now.
Sure. Now, you mentioned that you're seeing more American companies put infrastructure in China. Is that so they can have faster access for their customers there?
Yeah. Well, China's geographic footprint is the same size as the United States. Okay. They also have 1.3 billion people, all right, and they also have a very big demand as far as for the manufacturing, financial institutions, and every type of business wants to sort of have a beachhead in China. So if you're a bottling company, right, what you're going to put in to support 1.3 billion people is 3 times to 4 times greater than what you would put in the U.S. to support that infrastructure. Okay, so what we're seeing is huge mammoth build-outs across China. All right, and also China is becoming more of a beachhead too that feeds into the rest of Asia. All right, so now we're seeing not only the infrastructure to build in to support the country itself, but to connect the neighboring countries around Asia.
So for the customer base of the individual country, they're putting in that massive amount of infrastructure. And I would imagine the cost is probably lower in China than other areas, and being able to supply internet connectivity or internet services to all of Asia from China makes sense, just like manufacturing in China makes sense.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's 2 parts to it. One is the end user cost for the residential users if they want to do something like a social networking application stuff. The cost in China is relatively inexpensive and compared to U.S. dollars on the expense side. But what you're also seeing is it just makes sense to build something inside of the country if you're doing a B2B application or if you're doing it as part of your core backbone of operations.
So what are you seeing in terms of the economic environment and how it's affecting the business?
Unfortunately, the whole world has seen a lot of pullback, but China is also a country that has a lot of potential and is well positioned to help lead some of the recovery that we're starting to see. So we do believe that although there's been some setbacks as far as making decisions and stuff, but we're still very optimistic about the future as far as the potential to bring business between the two countries.
Now, competitively, how are you seeing the market shaping up?
The biggest changes that I'm seeing in the market is that things are changing in the demographical landscape as far as how information flows. China is actually one of the leaders as far as bringing in connectivity to the rest of the world today, over 112 countries and continue to grow. But what we're also starting to see is Asian countries that are typically gone through different routes or gone through Europe or other places are going through China, connecting to the rest of the world. Okay, so you're starting to see interconnection between the Asian countries as well. So we're starting to see inside of Asia tremendous business opportunities as well.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being on the program. This was really a pleasure.
Pleasure. It's mine. Thank you.